Hi yogis, so in this video I am going to teach you the difference between Warrior 1, 2, and 3 that commonly get confused. They're a series that we use a lot in Vinyasa Flow and Hatha Flow. So to start our practice, we're just going to come up into a standing position. So we're going to come all the way up to stand. And I'm going to invite you to just come to the front of your mat and leave your right foot exactly where it is. You can take your hands on the hips and then just take a big step back with your left foot. We're coming into Warrior 1 first. Land your left heel. So I want you to imagine that your feet are on two different train tracks. And Warrior 1 is called a closed hip yoga pose. And what that means is that your hips are going towards the front of the mat, okay? In an open hip pose, your hips are going towards the side like this. But in a closed hip pose, your hips are going towards the front of the mat. And then for Warrior 1, you're gonna lift your arms up towards the sky. Now, a fun fact that I've learned about the warrior poses is that the names 1, 2, and 3 actually indicate the amount of limbs that are extended from the body. It's not like a hierarchy of what's most important, it's actually the amount of limbs that are extended. So in Warrior 1, in the traditional version of Warrior 1, the hands are high-fived together. But in this pose, we're gonna keep the hands open a little bit just to create space in the shoulders. Let your right knee stack above your right ankle and take deep breaths in and out. So this is your Warrior 1. And then for Warrior 3, we're actually gonna step straight forward into Warrior 3 because it's another closed hip pose. And generally, you wanna keep your closed hip poses together and your open hip poses together. So for Warrior 3, we're just gonna step onto the right foot and keep your arms extended out, keep your leg extended out. So Warrior 3, we have 3 limbs extended, 1, 2, and 3, and it's okay if you wobble. Now there's different ways that you can do this practice. My personal preference is to have my hands at heart center, just because that helps me really center down and root in the midline of the body. But you could do it with arms extended. You could have arms extended beside you. You could even interlace the palms. There's so many options. So just choose what is best for you. Press through the big toe, take 3 deep breaths. And then take a big step back with your left foot and lift the arms up. And then open your left foot all the way towards the side, so it's coming along the side of the mat, and then let your right knee stack on your right ankle. And just lift your right arm forward and your left arm back. So here we are at Warrior 2, and what makes Warrior 2 a little bit different is that it's an open hip pose, so that means that your hips are open towards the side of the mat. You can almost imagine that there's like this tightrope and your right heel is intersecting with your left inner arch. So it's making one line as opposed to 2. You can reach your right arm in front of you, reach your left arm back. Let your gaze just settle over the right fingertips, so it's like a drishti point. And then take one more breath in and out. And then we're just gonna transition through center to move to the opposite way. So you can take hands onto the hips and just lengthen through the right leg. Turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out. Bend through your left knee, so the left knee is stacking over the left ankle. And then reach your left arm forward and your right arm back. So this is Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana is the Sanskrit word for the warrior poses. And generally you want to anchor through both feet, find that alignment of left heel intersecting with right inner arch. Let your left knee stack over your left ankle. Settle the gaze over the left fingertips. Take one more round of breath. And then we're gonna make our way straight into our next shape. So you can bring your palms onto your hips. The next one is Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So you can lift off the back heel, pivot, just tiptoe your right foot forward, and then support your body, anchoring through your left big toe, lengthening through the right leg. Try to keep your right hip level with your left and have a bit of expansion through the heart. And imagine that my hand is on your right heel and you're pushing your heel into my hand and I'm pushing my hand right back towards you. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. And then on 1, we'll finish with our last one. So land your right heel, lift the arms up towards the sky. This is Virabhadrasana 1. Again, having your feet on opposite train tracks, anchoring through the outer edge of the right foot. Your right foot is on a 45-degree angle, and you have energy and intention through your arms. You have a softness through your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And then let's take our hands onto our hips. Take a big step with our right foot forward to meet the left. Take the palms alongside the hips. Take a big breath in, just lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold the body forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then when you exhale, just lower all the way down. And we'll finish this practice coming back into your cross-legged shape, allowing the palms to rest on the knees, lengthen up through the spine and close the eyes. So this is the difference between our Warrior 1, 2, and 3 poses, and I hope you found this practice helpful. And if you're interested in learning more about yoga, I offer a full 200-hour yoga teacher training course where you can learn all of this in greater detail. When you're ready, you can just bring your palms into heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.